I don't really think that I did much with what I studied for.
I read in a short biography that you got inspired by your parents' record collection to start with. Is that correct?
Not by the record collection. Basically, my dad's equipment.
Okay.
He had like a reel-to-reel tape recorder and a turntable. I got music-wise, I got inspired by Ferry Soul Show, and which is a big radio show here in the 80s that was covering basically electronic music or dance music from the clubs, from the discotheques at the time, and that basically sparked the interest. There was one item where people could send in mixes, which they made on turntables and cutting and pasting on those reel-to-reel tape recorders. And I wanted to do that as well, so I started practicing.
Can you remember what was the first time your dad let you use his equipment? What did you do with it?
I can't remember really, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wrecked it.
Yeah. Did your father do something in a similar vein with it?
No, he was just playing Bing Crosby and Neil Diamond and things like that. Yeah.
Has that music ever triggered something in you as well?
No. It was really always music that was basically not in the top 40.
Okay.
So the early club music, hip hop, early hip hop. So everything that was basically not in the top 40, that was interesting for me.
Can you remember then the first record you bought with your own money that you earned?
Yeah, that was, I believe it was Paul Hardcastle. And not 19, but the other one. I can remember. Well, a Paul Hardcastle record in the 80s. Yeah.
Okay. Is that something? What was your age when you bought it?
I think I was around 11 years old. Yeah, something like that. 10, 11 years old.
Was that the start of a big collection, or was it just bought?
No, it was the start of a big collection. Eventually, yeah. Eventually. A lot of money went into that collection, and it's still sitting there at home now. And yeah.
Was for you, because you also you studied techniques or technical electrotechnic.
Yeah.
Was for you the interest in the equipment already blended with the interest in music, or were there two separate things in the start?
They were really two separate things, and I don't really think that I did much with what I studied for. I mean, building electrical systems in buildings or designing them is not really what you would say music related, but I noticed throughout the years, especially being a studio engineer as well, that electricity and everything that you learn for that comes back when you look at music and the whole scientific and background of that, and that helped me out a couple of times. Yeah.
Can you give a short example of something where it occurred useful for you?
Well, for example, if you listen to music and music is all about signs and waves. If you have certain sounds where you invert the wave, it cancels it out. You call it out of phase. And when I was at school, you learned about I believe you call it physics in English. You learn about that, and you know exactly where the problem is then to correct that, and that helped me out a couple of times.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is sort of simple.